Hello and welcome to Say Robert Chiduk of Robert's Leadership Hub. Today we are discussing a very crucial topic, and this topic is the criticality of need assessment in business. We've seen a lot of business people, a lot of emerging entrepreneurs, small businesses that are closing down on account of failing to carry out a market research, failing to doing to do a need assessment in order for them to fully understand the needs of the customers, to understand what the customers want, so that they are able to match those customer needs. It is understood in the business world and also in the marketing field that you should always match the customer's needs. No matter what you are selling, as long as the customer is not prepared for it, nobody is going to buy into it. Even if you say this thing is going for 2 zig, someone will not buy it, not because it's cheap, not because it's expensive, no, but because they just don't need it. So today, in order to further understand the importance of a need assessment, we've got Mr. Damian Mchenji. In order to further unpack this topic, Mr. Damian Mchenji is an economist, and today is going to help us navigate through this topic of need assessment, the importance of need assessment in business. Why is it important for someone to do need assessment?
Thank you, sir. It is of great importance, or something which is critical in the business environment.
Yes.
To carry out a need assessment or to carry out a market research.
Yes.
Before we fully introduced our products in the market, or
Yes.
launched our product in the market. Because there are a number of factors that limit our product to succeed or to survive a stiff competition environment in the market. Because if you take a closer look, you can observe that the product that we are introducing, the businesses that we are introducing in the market, they are already introduced.
Yes.
Either locally or internationally. So it means you are going to experience a domestic competition or a foreign what? Competition. Right. So what it means is you have to carry out a need assessment.
Yes.
Before you fully introduce your product in the market. It is very crucial.
Yes.
Because a number of factors should be accounted for. The first thing is the motive of venturing into a business environment. What's your motive? Usually, those who are in the private sector, their motive of joining the business environment or the entrepreneurial activities is to maximize profits. So whenever you have the motive of maximizing profit, you don't just venture into the business. You don't just vending into the business without carrying out a market assessment. Whether you are going to succeed or you are going to fail. Because there are constraints that limit your business to succeed. Whether these constraints are political constraints, currents constraints, looking at Zimbabwe,
technological constraints,
social, ethical, and even they are customized.
I think before you even go there, I like the issue, the concept that you just illustrated, the concept of the motive behind you starting a business.
Yes.
I like the idea of you defining your motive. What is driving you? What is your why? But often the times we see that someone gets into a business because their friend are doing it.
Yes.
They get into a business because their uncle is doing it.
Yes.
A sister is doing it.
Yes.
A neighbor is doing it. A friend is doing it. So they think that as long as someone else is doing it, they can do it. And this takes me to a story where I spoke to one of the vendors on the streets of Shurugwi.
Yes.
I'm speaking to this woman. So we're actually talking to one woman who said they want to venture into a business, and we got into a discussion over how to start. So as we are talking, I roped that old woman into the discussion because she seemed to have a lot of experience, a tapestry of experience, which must have honed over the years. What did she say? She says, I've been here for the past 15 years.
Yes.
Right? And she tells us that, no, I've seen a lot of people come here try to compete with me,
Yes.
get broke, and go away. Some come for a week, some for 2 weeks, some for a day, and they disappear. So she even goes further to tell us how she managed to survive for those past 15 years. So she says, no, me, I'm now known. I've got a lot of loyal customers who come and buy from here,
Yes.
whom I know by name. She doesn't stop there. She goes even further to say, no, I have some companies that are now buying from me because I've been here for a very long time.
Yes.
I think you can see that there's consistency,
Yes.
there's predictability, where she's always found. You know, if you ever seen that there are some people, you will come here this year, next year, another year.
Yes.
Even if you are to come back here for the next 10 years, you find that person still under that same tree,
Yes.
selling whatever stuff they've been selling before. But for someone, they just go there for just a week, they disappear for good.
Yes.
The next time that you come, you find them, they're selling airtime, right? They go for into airtime for 2 weeks,
Yes.
right? After some time, they get broke, then they go to pushing scotch cards.
Yes.
For after a month, they're out of that business. They are
Yes.
somewhere else. So this is a person who is found everywhere.
Yes.
Probably on account that they don't know that they need to do need assessments
Yes.
to understand the factors which are at play.
Yes.
Yes. So I agree with you on that one.
Yes. Yeah. That's very true. So, how do we carry out a need assessment?
Need assessment, yes, that's a very
Yes.
important topic.
So we carry out a need assessment by conducting what we call a market research.
Yes.
A market research can be conducted directly in the market,
Directly in the market.
or we can gather the information from the secondary data,
Secondary data,
kind of,
yes.
secondary research
Secondary
that
research,
is in already published
already published journals.
journals, documents, or wherever or whatever. So this is very crucial enough to conduct that secondary research. But mostly, what is crucial is to carry out a primary research. You have to go into the market, introduce yourself in the market, then you conduct a market test, you introduce a product, then you observe whether people they are accepting, whether customers they are accepting your product. Right?
Okay.
If they are accepting your product, then you have to ask.
So this
them
is a
some questions.
pre-launch.
Yes, this is the pre-launch.
Yes.
Before you fully launch the product in the market.
Yes.
So during the pre-launch, you have to conduct a market test. So a market test, you just introduce a small quantity of the products that you want to sell.
If it's a totally new product, then this has to be a prototype.
Yes, there should be. If there should be a number of factors that you should account before you introduce it. So now we are carrying out a market test. Then from a market test, you are going to have answers
Yes.
of your motive of joining the market,
business.
the business, and yes. So if you observe that people they are accepting the product, or there's something that they wish your product to have, the qualities that they expect from
The
your
other
product,
features,
the
yes.
other features that you should add to your product. So now you should go back home and you sit down, then you add those features, then you test again
test
before
again.
you fully introduce the product.
Exactly.
Because sometimes you add the features, but remember the market still changes. Remember the taste still changes, and so the preferences of customers and taste of people keeps on changing. So you need to adjust. So how do you adjust? Keep on carrying the market test.
The market test.
Create a good relationship with your customers. They can share something with you that makes your business sustain or live long. And like an example that you give us about that lady in Shurubi. The reason why she stands in the business, she had created a good relationship with the customers. So those a business that are coming and makes some orders and right, those businesses are your primary customers. So you need to keep a close relationship with your
Yes.
primary customers,
Exactly.
because the more they succeed in
Yes.
the business,
They
the more
recommend
they recommend
and refer others to
they
come.
refer others to come, and the more your business also grows.
They will sustain it.
Yes,
They are loyal.
they sustain. So customer loyalty is one of the most thing that we have to account as our objective of joining the business market. Because once you have created a customer loyalty,
Yes.
the probability or the chances of survival are also high.
They're also high.
Because you already eliminated competition with
Yes.
those so-called large competitors.
Large competitors.
Yes,
That's very
something
true.
like that.
Okay, so in terms of carrying out this market research, how best can you go about it? Do you do observations? Do you go directly into the market? Probably it's on the streets. You want to sell something on the streets, and you start observing. How actually do you do it? You go on the internet to look at that secondary data. If you are saying you want primary data, how are you going to gather that data?
Thank you, sir. It depends. Why am I saying it depends?
Yes.
We have two worlds, the first world and the third world.
Yes.
In the first world, there is no need to go in the streets. Then you do the observations. You just use the internet,
Yes.
because everything is now digitalized.
Yes.
You can use Facebook platforms, you can use the YouTube, you can
Yes.
use Twitter, you can use different social media platforms.
Yes.
Then you observe some comments, some reactions from the
reactions
customers.
from the customers.
If the customer react positively, it means your product is accepted in the market.
In the market.
If they react slowly and negatively, it means your product, the chances of survival are limited.
Unlimited.
So, which means you have to try another way of introducing your product, or you have to look for another market. Because it's not always that you have to concentrate on one market. You have to diversify the market. You have to target multiple markets, whether it's the first world or third world. Because if you look, the European countries or the European industries and businesses, now they consider Africa as their second market of the products. That's why they colonized the African countries.
Yes.
Yes, because the motive is that they would like to sell their products. They would like to find a new market of their products. And look, Japan.
They wanted to expand their
They want to
markets
expand their markets.
and
Japan.
to do further exploration.
Yes. Japan
Probably
is
we call it was a
second-hand gas
blue
in
ocean
Zimbabwe.
strategy.
Yes, that's very true.
Yeah.
So, here in Africa, especially in the third world countries, and
Yes.
some people, they don't have access to social media platforms. Some they are illiterate. Because if you look, the technology, or the cell phone technology, is introduced in Africa. Let me say 10 years back or 15 years back. That's when it is fully introduced. So it means the elderly population is not that aware on how to use the cell phone and how to access the information on
So
the
in other words, we are
internet.
always 15 years behind. What we call recent here is 15 years maybe old somewhere else.
Yes,
in the
yes,
developed countries.
yes. Or more than 15 years.
Or more than 15 years.
Yes, or more than 15 years.
Okay.
So what it means, here you have to do field observations.
Yes.
So
In order to fit the context. Because
Yes.
if you want to take things the Western way,
the Western way,
then you can fail within the African context.
the
because
African context,
the context is totally different.
Different.
And the factors that are at play are totally different.
different.
Having said that, I think there's another area that we need to touch on. And this is the area of practicalizing this discussion.
Yes.
In what situations do we see people failing to do a need assessment? And in what situations do we also see some people doing need assessment? I think I'll give my example for a start. I've seen those people who push Scotch cards, the Scotch card
Yes.
pushers. Those people, I think I big them up. Those guys, they are very clever. You never saw them everywhere.
Yes.
They go where a bus is parked. The moment someone is coming out of a bus with their load and luggage, they are taking it into the into the Scotch cart, and they get their money.
Yes. Yes.
Or you see them right at the bus terminuses,
Yes.
where the commuter omnibuses are loading and offloading people there.
Yes.
They go there, they take some luggage. Or you can see them right at the shopping malls, right? Where they know that somebody is buying things that are a bit bulk.
Yes.
And the moment they see someone, they identify right there.
Yes.
So these are the kind of people that can identify their customers. They know their customers. They know who their customers is. They can say, this is my customer.
Yes.
But there are these ones who just shoot in the dark.
Yes. 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 Yes.
You see? For example, you mentioned earlier on, you mentioned the issue of selling sacks,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
How can you go about selling sacks? Where do you find people who want to buy sacks? And at what time of the year?
Yes.
Yeah. You can go on and explain on that one.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate the information that you added on the discussion.
Yes.
It's very crucial enough to locate your business,
Yes.
because your customers, they should know where to find you.
Where to find you?
That is the first stage. That's why you observe those with the Scotch cards. Usually they locate themselves in front of bus terminal boom gates.
At boom gates.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also in front of retail shops,
Retail shops.
because they know their customers, they are purchasing their products in the retail shops.
In the retail shops.
So when the products are in bulk, it's difficult for them to carry those products to the bus terminals. So they connect the retail and the bus terminal. So look now what they did. They strategize themselves by locating themselves in the proper environment. So whenever you are carrying out a need assessment, it's crucial enough to locate yourself. And you need to be patient enough when it comes to business aspects or environment. Today, you sell 2 cents, you make no profit. Tomorrow, you make no profit. Sometimes you even sell nothing. But what is crucial is consistency.
Consistency.
Yes, in the business. So keep on working in the business. Keep on living in the business, so that people, they at one point they identified what exactly this person is doing. Why this person keeps on locating at this environment. So when people start to develop some questions about you, that's when your business is now introduced to the customers.
The customers will know.
And well known to the customers. Because it's hard to lure the customers. It's hard to have customers in the business. So you need to consider a number of factors. And you need to stay firm to your vision. So that is the most crucial thing that we should take into account. So strategizing your business is the most crucial thing. That's why you observe some businessmen, they succeed in life. Some they fail in life.
Some they fail in life.
So the reason why they fail, that's that what you mentioned earlier. You said some they do what you call the machine gun approach.
Or the machine gun approach.
Today is trading tomatoes.
Yes.
Tomorrow is trading the clothes. But
the other day it's airtime. The other day it's
airtime.
pushing Scotch cards.
So it's hard for customers to identify your business location, your main product that you are trading. So it's crucial that you capture your customers so that it's now easy for your customers to know that that guy is selling airtime. So by selling airtime, you have to look around at other products that is linked with your main product that introduced you in the market.
Exactly.
So mostly people, for example, I am offering the education service,
Yes.
right? By trading this service, I have to consider other products that associate with education
That
service,
are more related.
that
to the
more
main product.
related with the main product, and like buying and selling of textbooks,
Exactly. Yes.
buying and selling of exercise books,
Yes.
ball pens,
Ball pens.
because I'm providing the education service.
Exactly.
So it's not worth it that I am providing the education service. Then also I am selling TVs.
Yes.
So yes, of course, you can diversify. That is to secure losses in the long run,
In
to
the long
spread the losses made in one sector. And
One
if
sector,
education fails, it means the TV sector will compensate the losses made in the education service. It's good to diversify, but at which stage of diversification? Because sometimes you can create a huge cost while the source of income is
very
now
limited.
very limited.
Yeah.
So you have to consider that. But when you are well invest in your first product, now you can diversify. You are free to diversify. Yes, you can diversify to the kitchenwares,
The
the
kitchenwares,
bedroomwares,
bedroomwares,
wherever.
or hardware.
Or hardwares.
And all the ways.
Construction, because now you are established in the market. Right, now you can diversify. But during the introduction stage, introduce your main product. Then look at other products related to your main product. Yes, that's the most crucial thing that you have to do, so that your customers they know where to find you. That's the strategy that you have to do to introduce yourself in the market.
So which other people do you respect? Me, I respect the ice cream sellers, those guys. You always find them at the right time. When it's hot, they are selling their ice cream. And probably in the bus terminuses.
Yes.
You know that people are boarding buses, then definitely they will, when they are feeling hot, they will need ice cream. Those who sell the freezes and so forth.
Thank you. I once been employed in one of the banking service sector.
Yes.
I've been working with the vendors.
Yes.
I respect the old Magogo vendors.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially the elderly people,
The elderly
old people in the vending industry.
The vending industry.
I respect those people. Whether the weather conditions keeps on changing, whether they lose customers today,
Yes.
they keep on focusing on their main objective.
Yes.
So I respect the old people.
Old people.
People they think you have to approach the educated people always for consulting.
For consultants.
You have also to consult those old Magogo in the streets.
Exactly.
How best they managed their business and for the past 15 years, for the past 10 years to date. So they are going to tell you a lot.
Yes.
What they experienced and how they manage the
Yes.
pain that they went through. So I respect the vendors, especially the old ladies and men in the streets.
Yes.
Because those guys have experience, life experience,
Exactly.
and they know how to stand against competition. They know how to survive during climatic changes, seasonal changes, because there are so many factors that affect their businesses. Today, you might even lose 5 crates of tomatoes because of unfavorable weather conditions. Because you might the product might not have customers, but you still observe or see the same person stands in the market.
Exactly.
But
Even as you are saying that, you know, I know some people in town.
yes,
I have seen those people for the past 10 years.
Yes.
And they're still there.
yes,
At the same thing. Selling the same type of product. And they're making a lot of money.
yes,
And it seems like everybody in town knows them.
yes,
And yet they just come to them.
yes,
They can even leave all other people who are just dotted everywhere there and come to them exactly.
So those are the best consultants.
Yes.
If I'd open my financial consulting group,
Yes, exactly.
I would rather ask one of those people to be my partner.
Yes.
Because they've experience
They've
in
experience
business.
in the business.
Because what is crucial in business is experience,
Experience.
than being educated. So people
So
they
life
think
itself has no formula.
it has no formula. There is no equation of life. You say 2x plus 3x is equal to 5x. There's nothing like that.
Yeah.
It's more like a marriage.
You face it as it is.
Yes. So business and life is like a marriage situation.
Yeah.
The conditions that affects your marriage is not the same conditions that affects my marriage, because you have your own character and
Yes.
your wife is if a unique character.
A unique character.
Same as in my house.
So marriages are not the same.
They are not the same.
Situations are different.
Situations are
And
different.
the context differ.
Differ.
Experience is different.
Different. And characters, they are unique again. So which means this is more like a business. And yes, somehow there are some factors that are similar. There are some characteristics that are similar. So those characteristics which are similar, they can be shared and managed in the same way. But now it depends again on the location, because what affects the Indians are not the same factors affecting the Zimbabweans.
Exactly.
If they are the same,
Context is different.
yes, if they are the same, we consider the factor, the level of economy,
The size of the economy.
the size of the economy. India is an
Total
imaged economy.
population.
Zimbabwe is a less developing economy. So which means the way we manage those challenges that are affecting our businesses is different to the way the Indians manage their businesses, different to the way the Americans manage their businesses.
And you just started something in my mind. India's got a population of 1.4 million.
Yes.
Which is total the population of Africa.
Yes.
All the 53 states of Africa
Now,
combined.
now.
That's 1.4 million.
Yes.
Which can be equated to India.
Yes.
With that in mind, the Chinese, I think they're around 2 something billion.
Yes.
Right? Which is they're just something else.
Yes.
Out of 7 billion people in the world, the
Yes.
Chinese, they are 2 something billion.
Yes.
Now, with that in mind, what have you seen? These people, the Indians, they're from Asia, and the Chinese are from Asia.
Asia.
Now, what I see, have you ever seen that people, most things that are coming from India, and most things that are coming from China,
Yes.
they are not expensive at all.
Yes.
They are very cheap.
Yes.
Why? These people, if they sell those things at cheaper prices, well, there are so many. Those things can be sold to a lot of people, and someone makes money very quickly
Yes.
in no time. You see,
Yeah.
because their situation is different.
Yes. 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 I like that point.
Yes.
I like that point. If you look here in Gweru,
Yes.
if you compare Gweru and Harare,
In Darar.
those are two different cities when
Exactly.
it comes to business environment.
Yes.
The products sold at Harare are cheaper
Yes.
than the same product
Yes.
produced and sold here in Gweru.
Yes.
The reason why they are cheaper,
Yes.
it is because of the size of competition. In China, there is a stiff competition because the population is huge.
Huge.
Zimbabwe, it is a very small population.
16.5 million.
Yes, Gweru have a very small size of population, while it's Zimbabwe have a large population.
Population,
And
in comparison.
so, which means people who are trading the same product in Harare, there are more than 500, but in Gweru you can find it's maybe 3 people who are trading the same product.
Yes.
So it means in Gweru your product is inelastic, while in Harare your product is elastic.
Yes.
So that's why you observe that the Chinese they trade their products at cheaper price, because what they concentrate on is volumes.
Volumes.
They don't concentrate on issue of price,
Price.
because their customers are price elastic. They are more sensitive to price changes. Unlike here in Gweru, our customers, they are price insensitive. So it means you have to maximize profits by selling your products at higher price.
At higher price.
Yes. Selling in large volumes, yes, of course, you can do that. But in a market with inelastic demand, it's worth it to sell your product at high price to maximize revenues. Unlike producing and supplying large quantities, because you are a price setter, you are not a price taker.
We're not a price taker.
Yes, the Chinese, the Indians, and those in Harare trading their business in Harare are price takers.
They're price takers.
Because customers have more control on price than the sellers.
And the sellers.
Yes. Saka, what it means here in Gweru, we are more monopolies
Yes.
than those in what? In Harare.
Harare.
Despite they are selling the same what? Same product. So what it means is you have to carry out a market research, like what we said.
Yes.
Then you observe that is this market elastic or inelastic? That's why that is very important or crucial enough to conduct a market what? A market research. So market assessment is of paramount importance.
Wonderful.
Yes, because by carrying out a market research, we are going to come up with a proper decision in terms of pricing.
Pricing.
Yes, you don't just label a price before carrying out a need assessment in a business. Yes,